down. I'm getting dot down. I just got bored.
And West's math problem, you know, when you have the global currency, you can control everything. And Trump has got it figured out. It's not about building, electronic vehicles. It's about controlling the world currency.
Well, and innovation
Bitcoin is
on
going.
it. Those who figure this out, they're going to collect it.
The blockchain, and it's Marty's thing. Marty's not going to fucking vouch for some shithole NBA, fucking bank robbery, because it comes down to the truth. And when you can put the value back in the consumer's hands.
Well, when you're not silently stealing 30% from them and telling them things when I great.
When I don't the best need a economy in the world to decide how my money is spent, like Lucky says. He goes, I got no problem paying taxes. He goes, I just want to decide what I want taxes paid towards.
They waste. Like when you got the money printer.
Never going to get rid of the 80-year-old senators and congressmen because they've grown up on the tit of America. So the 70-year-olds are not leaving, and the 60-year-olds are not leaving, and the 30-year-olds are just trying to make it to 70.
Yeah. All the nepotism that's in there too. You hire your people, and it's kickbacks, kickdowns, pork, all sorts of shit. I mean, we got flywheels of, we support you.
Yeah,
you
I've had my son said, he goes, I don't need. Yeah, my son goes, I don't need to work harder. All I need to do is wait for you to die. I'm like, are you fucking
that
kidding
could be a
me,
long
dude?
time, buddy.
I was like,
I'm getting stem cells and whatever. We'll figure this out. I'll be half robot. We'll get a.
But seriously, there is a massive opportunity here. I mean, West obviously has the Sioux people. Marty knows the business. I'm a good intermediary between both of them.
Well, if you can get an artist that would do a 5,000 seat venue, what would the cost be for like a 5,000 seat venue to front it? To do the insurance.
I mean,
and
it depends on
right.
It depends on. See, I don't know the insurance cost. I know that a lot depends on what you're going to have to give them in terms of merchandise sales. Like Matchbox 20, they're a little bigger than 5,000. Kid Rock's a little bigger than 5,000.
You can't fill a stadium bigger than that? I thought he could.
No, they can't.
They can. They just don't.
But they're bigger than 5,000.
Well, okay. The thing is, though, we don't need to get somebody that's huge, like that Oliver, whatever, the guy with the.
Well, no.
Something about him
Oliver
that's up and
Anthony's
coming, that's trying to be outside of the system and not cancelable, that didn't sign a contract.
Well, and that's where you look for those people that can't sell out 20,000 seats, but maybe can sell out.
Yeah, we're not necessarily looking for somebody who's got a deal and is already closed in the loop of the old fashioned.
Well, no, we're looking for those people because those people we're now able to eliminate Live Nation and bring that cost from $350 a ticket to $50 a ticket, and an economy that only allows for you to go to a few shows a year.
Yeah, right. It's gotten to the point where it's prohibitive. Like,
well, no, you can only go to one or two events. It's like Red Rocks ticket tent. it was one of those deals. We used to have people, they would show up to 5, 10 shows a year. And now it's to the point where they go to 2 or 3 shows a year. Well, all those bands in the other 10 to 12 shows, nobody shows up to, so they don't build their audience at all. Because they've all spent their money on the 2 to 3 shows that were most important to them.
Hey, cheers, guys. I'm shutting it down.
You got it.
Good night, bro. You have a good
See you,
sleep.
buddy. See ya.
man.
Guys, I just dropped the bomb. I treated, in my opinion, let's be clear, crypto does not need ETFs. Whoever told you that is selling you something. Crypto is anti-ETF. ETFs force that to be sold into dollars called in cash settlement. It is a total opposite ethos of decentralization and introduces a point of failure to a decentralized commodity.
No. I can say out a trader perspective.
Can I talk?
That Marty is right about this, and 100%.
Can I finish?
100%.
Let me finish. Yeah, just let me finish, and then we can talk about it. But yeah, I need to stop this bullshit that crypto needs ETFs. Anyway, in my opinion, ETFs impose severe network security risk. If they hold 51% of the assets, they control the asset. Given this, ETFs, if structured correctly, provide liquidity and price balance. But to date, ETFs have zero power over Binance control over Bitcoin and Ethereum price. Until they do, they don't. They are a short-term fix to a problem that goes away when they approve FIT21 and allow institutions to custody crypto. I'm here to tell you facts, not sell you bullshit. Go ahead.
Well, and it's one of those things where ETFs are like Live Nation. The public does not need Live Nation. They do not need ETFs. Crypto exists for the public, and everything is on chain for those to be audited, and for the public. I mean, it's putting the strength back with the public instead of somebody that's trying to squeeze 5 or 10% out of them.
There's a difference between Bitcoin and all of the crypto, and I would love if there wasn't a Bitcoin ETF, but Bitcoin is a commodity. It's actually been categorized as such for a long time. It's actual energy money. So it makes sense that there ended up being one as sound digital scarce money, but it makes no sense for any other to be an ETF. It's just
to be bought.
Well, a basket of them would be great, right?
But a
So you
basket
could buy
does
in.
make sense, and we've had something like that for sure. Like Canada's had some good ones. There's some good basket ETFs.
I mean,
but
like Caitlin said today, if they were in kind, I would give it a pass for Bitcoin.
Yeah.
But the in cash settlement forces them to go to cash.
Yeah.
Oh,
That is just sketchy as fuck.
Right. The value is in
So I
the
think
energy.
that's all going to change past FIT21 or Trump election. These
the
ETFs
value
will
is
completely
in the energy
metamorphosize.
of Bitcoin.
Yeah.
The value is in the energy of Bitcoin. It's not in the value of Larry Fink trying to squeeze 3% out of the public or pension funds. Eventually, you'll have a adoption from these people that have doubted crypto for a long time.
It is a solution to one of the biggest
think
problems, which is the self-custody seed phrase.
ETFs are made so that corporations and institutions and large funds can invest in crypto because of rules that said they can't. Those rules will change.
Well, that's fine.
When they are allowed to buy their own fucking crypto and custodian it wherever the fuck they want and put it on their balance sheet as an asset, it all changes. You don't need an ETF.
Marty, do you think that the stock market suffers as a result of crypto because now you're not able to manipulate your earnings reports and everything? Everything is documented on the blockchain eventually.
No, well, right now the ETFs, there's nothing on blockchain about ETFs.
Well, no, the ETF is just squeezing out 3 to 5%.
ETF is literally wrapping a decentralized asset in a centralized investment.
But what if you're a
vehicle.
boomer,
Right?
and
The
you're worried
ETF
about
is
your
now the Live
estate,
Nation, correct?
and you need somebody to be able to pass that on.
And you're talking about a custody. That's a custody problem, which will be solved very easily If Biden didn't veto the SAB 121 accounting change, which basically would have made it possible for any institution to apply and become a custodian of crypto, then companies could just buy their own crypto and custodian whatever they want.
Right.
Right now, they can't. They have to go through the ETF structure.
What, they can't buy any? They can't buy Bitcoin?
No, not allowed to.
Why?
Not allowed to have Bitcoin on your balance sheet if you're regulated public
yeah, it
company.
doesn't count on your balance sheet. You can have it, but it doesn't count.
Counts as a liability.
Yeah.
If you have it.
See, that's just
how
wrong.
does Michael?
Yes, and you know who vetoed that?
What does
Biden.
Michael Saylor do with that?
vetoed that.
MicroStrategy, where he's bought all that. How's that work?
MicroStrategy did it in a unique way by twisting the accounting rules. Very clever.
So we live in a
Michael
society
Saylor,
where
in
the
fact,
truth.
is more. Michael Saylor is in fact a better option than an ETF. He's in fact a true ETF. Buying
So we live in a
MicroStrategy.
society where the truth is illegal.
The MicroStrategy stock is backed by Bitcoin in custody. An ETF share is not backed by that. It's backed by a bank account of dollars at a bank.
No, that's horrible. That's wrong.
So it's backed by fiat.
That's called in cash. That was that whole
okay, that's what you
thing
meant.
they fought for.
But, okay, and when you say in
They have
kind, what do you mean by in kind?
In kind, first the applications wanted in kind, which was really sort of a compromise, which said issuers can issue the asset and people can redeem the asset without going through cash. So you would need to have custodian Bitcoin, and when you redeemed it, you would get Bitcoin, and when you created new baskets, you would create them with new Bitcoin that you'd have to get from the market. The SEC said, no, we're only going to approve the Bitcoin ETF if it's in cash settlement, which means there's a bank, basically it's BNY Mellon. BNY Mellon has a giant bank account full of US dollars that represents the ETF holdings. There is zero auditing or transparency between what they actually hold and that bank balance. They're in fact allowed to have only cash. They can sell all their Bitcoin and have a big pile of cash, and the ETF functions as normal.
And then if you want out of the ETF, instead of getting Bitcoin and selling it or whatever, then the government gets their cut, because it's like
they get their cut. It gets regulated. It's obfuscated. It's no longer transparent. Just remember, guys, cash is the ultimate commingling of funds. Cash
and
goes in a
account,
and your cash is no different to someone else's. It's called commingling. They made commingling of funds.
And blockchain is the only truth of your funds.
Yeah.
Well, inflationary or deflationary, you treat cash as if it's not inflationary.
The whole narrative started because everyone was like, oh, they approved the ETF and Bitcoin came back from the dump. Well, firstly, it went straight back to where it was, and they caused the dump to accumulate it. So we've just come back to where we were. ETF had nothing to do with the price appreciation. Binance controls crypto. ETFs,
well, they always have.
The price. Go ahead, V.
Okay, like I am truly 100% sure what Marty is saying, and like if you're gonna look at what's the name of all of the bull marks and to Bitcoin, I believe the ETF is negative. Why I believe that?
Yes.
Why I believe that? It's like we don't need these people. I don't care about these people. I don't want these people in the market because they are gonna fuck us so hard every time when they want. Like they are playing with with a toy, and they're choosing every time what they are gonna do every time.
Well, you know
right.
that the narrative, we won't approve an ETF unless there's a futures ETF, right?
Yeah.
Because then they can short the asset and buy it, spot, and accumulate. It's called a carry trade. They're carry trading right now. They've been carry trading for 200 days to suppress the price at this point. to accumulate more. They've introduced the same manipulation devices they have in the stock market onto Bitcoin. That's all that's happened. They're making a fucking fortune.
Ted, you're right. I'm getting crushed on my line of short.
Yeah, that was my warning. We're still in a structure for Sol and BTC for you to get crushed, for all shorts to get crushed.
They're currently capturing the
and I have no
arbitrage. Every time
fucking
someone
idea
buys
about-
Bitcoin, the ETFs are capturing the arbitrage. That's what's happening.
I'm looking at the
Well, and they're taking their fee out of it.
Marty, look at the Ethereum BTC chart, bro. It's
Yeah, I know, bro. It's frightening, huh?
it looks like
Looks like it's gonna dump like really badly.
maybe today.
I almost feel like they created this Ethereum ETF to kill Ethereum.
Exit liquidity.
Yeah,
You guys buy it, so
that's
I
how
can
we saw
get
the
out.
Ethereum Foundation moving back to Ethereum today. They're gonna dump it.
I think it'll be kind of flat because they'll just take out as it gets boosted back up, because a lot of the old like legacy wants to get out, but they don't want to crash the price down to $15, which would happen if they probably did. Right? So
I think it should go back to where it realistically belongs, around 600,000, 1,200, somewhere around there.
yeah, but to avoid it crashing down that fast, that hard, you need to be able to balance the outflow with the inflow of the new liquidity.
Anyway, that's just my opinion. I don't know, but that's my opinion.
No, I agree. I
They
fully
are
agree.
gonna short from here. I'm gonna. Bro, they are gonna short from